Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome in, welcome in. How we doing, how we doing? It's an exciting day to be hanging out on the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. What's up, fellas? So a lot of things to talk about. It's another exciting day for horror news, isn't it? Well, obviously today we're talking a little bit about Scream. So, perfect timing, let me tell you. We got a big casting announcement for the film. They just keep rolling in. Mark Consuela, or something like that, has just been cast in the new movie, who is, of course, Kelly Ripa's husband and also the co-host of the Kelly and what's his name's show. I can't even remember his damn name. That's the kind of day I'm having. Mark Consuelos. A lot of marks attached to Scream 7, which I think is funny. Just a whole lot of marks coming into this into this film. But yeah, so lots of thoughts with this one. We're definitely going to get into it a bit today. I put out a little short video if you guys wanted to see that little short that went out on it. So definitely give that a watch. I also want to say hi to some of my friends hanging out with us over on Kick. Tatted Ginger, hello. Thank you, Poop Lady, for being here, as well as Kyle Scun48 saying, I just saw Presence. What a great movie and what a twist of an ending. I really enjoyed it a bunch. It's definitely my favorite horror film of the year so far, Kyle. So I'm glad you liked it as well. The ending of that one, I don't know. I don't even know. Yeah, I had tears in my eyes. I had like goosebumps. It was a lot. It was just a lot to process with that movie that I quite enjoyed. So thanks for watching us on Kick, though, man. Appreciate you. Presence was a fun one. We have even more exciting horror movies coming this week. I get to see a couple of them too. So I'm excited. I get to see. I'm seeing something a little early on Thursday. So I'll be talking about that sometime soon. I can't wait. Anyways, JPR's getting into our Scream 7 update. Mark Consuelos, not Consuela, I'm thinking Family Guy, has joined the Scream 7 cast. Maybe the Robbie character. Kind of is feeling like we're getting a jam-packed cast list. More kills, question mark? What's your opinion on the casting, Jake? Well, so here's my honest thoughts, is that if this is going to go in line with the rumors, like this is going to be the Robbie character that's been circulating, my thoughts there is that this could be a new love interest for Gale Weathers, which I don't think anyone wants to hear. I mean, literally in the last movie, we threw her new love interest through a fucking bookcase. So I imagine the same will happen here to old Mark. The marks of Scream 7, you know, speaking of a lot of them being in this movie, I don't think they stand a chance, fun fact. I think most of them are going down. At least I hope so. I don't know, man. I'm not interested in a whole new arc with Gale, with some dude. Like, no. Look, you did the romance thing with her with Dewey. Leave it at that, okay? Mark's a reporter, apparently, who's going to be like upper butt. Not like that, but more so like just kind of like how Debbie Salt was in Scream 2, just asking her a bunch of questions. At least that's what the rumor mill is saying, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt. I don't know. I feel like this could just be like, we could have a kill sequence here. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe a little bit of a romance between these two characters. Dude gets stabbed up to hell. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a high body count with this one. I don't want to see like 1,000 survivors again, like at the end of Scream 6, man. Tom is with us tonight. What's up, Tom? Saying, hey, Jake, finally catching a stream. I'm still on the Stu train. I believe he's running a cult of ghost faces. What would be cool, though, is that if they left 7 on a cliffhanger. You know, I get a comment about Stu stuff every day. I mean, I think every day of my life for the last 4 years, I have read a comment about how Stu Macher is going to return to the franchise. And I did a whole video on it today, and it's not doing very well, which I'm kind of shocked about. Talked a bit about it today, and I was kind of hoping that it would get a little more traction, but I guess not. So maybe it's just a vocal minority that is super excited for Stu. That's what I'm starting to realize. But point being, I do think the cult thing will be explored in Scream 7 for sure. That's something I could totally see Kevin wanting to revisit. That was his initial idea for Scream 3, you know, to have some sort of Ghostface cult running around, a bunch of kids who are all obsessed with the stab movies. Maybe they can modernize that, do something like that today, but I don't know, Tom. To me, I like the idea of finding a new Ghostface at the end of every new Scream movie. That's like half the fun. Bringing Stu back sucks out all the fun. So I don't know. I love Matthew Lillard. I think he's great. But Stu, I think Stu is dead. Shot by Shot is saying, sup, Jake. He just went out and bought some tea and got my hot Cheetos ready for the stream. Tea and hot Cheetos. That is a wild mix, my friend, but I love it. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I really do appreciate you. Peace be with you. I don't know why. I don't know why that's where my brain went, but peace be with you. I'm exhausted. It's already been a long week, fellas. Oh my god. Lots of videos, lots of stuff going on. It's crazy. It's crazy talk over here. Can't wait to talk some Scream 7 tonight. RJ always bringing the positive attitude. I love it. Hey, Jake, what's up, bro? What's up, Antonis? How you doing? How you doing, dog? Bo Makes Edits 11. Hello, Jake. Hello, Bo Makes Edits. All 11 of you. Leonardo DiCaprio is saying Stu lives forever, and you're also throwing out a little super chat there, which I really appreciate. Thanks for the $2. Shaking my head only reads when I pay. I don't know about that, Buster Brown. I was just reading your other comment there, dog. Stu lives forever, and then I saw the super chat and was like, oh, look at this kind fella throwing me a hand here. Leonardo DiCaprio, I think you're a lot more than crap, my friend. Although your last name would suggest it. I'm just fucking with you, man. Leonardo, thank you so much for the support, my friend. So you know what? Fuck it. Stu lives forever. Stu lives on in all of our hearts, man. That's what I say. Paula's with us tonight saying hi. Hello, Paula. How you doing? Thanks for being a member. Same to you, Ty, saying with all the stuff going on with Scream, they really could throw us for a loop if written smart. It would be really cool if all this stuff that was just being tossed out there was just a bunch of BS. That would be so cool. I mean, completely guiding us down one direction, and then, like, we get to the movie and we're like, what's this? There's no Robbie character here. What the fuck's going on? I really want that, Ty. That would be nice. I would love to be... I want to be fooled by a good horror film. That would make me very happy. Cody, also a member. What's up, fella? Thanks for your support. Hey, Jake and chat, do you think the Ghostfaces are gonna be the kids, or do you think we'll have any adults playing Ghostface in Scream 7? That's a pretty good question. I really don't know. You know, the cast list is expanding, but I feel like we already have our Ghostfaces announced in the cast. Whoever it is, it's probably someone who's got a bigger name, right? I don't see this Mark guy being Ghostface. You know, I know some people are like, well, he kind of similar to Debbie Salt with that one, but it's like, dude, are they gonna do that twice? There's no way. There's no way they're gonna do a Debbie Salt twice in multiple movies, especially after Scream 6 got criticized for being too close to Scream 2. Nah, Mark's not Ghostface. Maybe a kill. You know, maybe a kill, maybe a love interest. But I don't think so. One of the adults playing Ghostface, my current theory is it's going to be McKenna Grace and Anna Camp, if I had to guess. I could totally see this being like a mom and a daughter going up against another mom and a daughter, because, I mean, listen, it's pretty obvious that Isabel May is going to be a big part of this one. She's Sydney's daughter. We're passing the torch here a little bit. I can totally see that being the case. You know, mom and daughter versus evil mom and daughter going up against each other in the third act. That's different, you know. Two women ghost faces, which I know that's another comment I've been getting a lot. People really want to see that. People want to see that kind of dynamic because we've never seen that before. I think that's cool. Dean Renner is with us as well. Thanks for being a member, dog. Appreciate you. Waiting for that Nicki Minaj announcement. I feel like it has to be coming at this point, right? Everybody's in Scream 7, David. Everybody, even Nicki. What returning character do you think is gonna die? I hope at least one of them, man. Have some balls. Grab your balls, Ghostface. I don't want to see that. You know, actually, I don't want to see that. But what returning character is gonna die? I really think if they would have brought Mark Kincaid back, this fella would have died. I'm gonna be totally real with you. Don't think that fella would have died. Or I think that fella would have died had they brought him back. Now it's going to be Joel McHale. So now it's a little less risque, right? But there's some Mark Kincaid stands out there who are like, I love this character, don't want to see him dead. Honestly, and this is, I don't know, maybe this is a hot take, Del, but like, I could see killing Gail because I just don't know what else they could do with her story. You know, I just feel like when they keep bringing characters back and there's just no real point to it, it's like, what, you know, why are you doing that? Is this character just going to hang out during the movie while everyone else goes through arcs, you know? I just think about some of the best movies ever made. Like, they don't have characters just off to the side doing nothing, you know? At least my favorite movies are very, very efficient and use every piece and part to its advantage to push its story forward. And I just feel like there's a lot of stuff, especially in legacy sequels, where you just see a lot of characters who are just kind of hanging out to put butts in seats. And that's just like, that's cheap, you know? Give me a good movie. Don't just be like, don't you know, have some keys and be like, come here, come on now. come check out these old characters you love so much. It's like, no, do something good with them, or don't waste my time, man. I don't know. To me, it just sucks when they have these continuations with legacy characters that you love from a previous movie, and then they do nothing with them. It's just like, that's worse than not even seeing them in the new movie. So, I don't know. Crazy stuff, man. I really hope we get to do something with Gale in this movie, or kill her off. One or the other. I'm here for it. Justin Proper, thanks for the 5, Justin. How you doing, man? It's been a minute since I've seen you in your pink pants. Last time I saw Justin, he was wearing pink pants, and that's what I think about sometimes when I'm alone in the shower. Anyways, Justin is saying, I'm cautiously optimistic on how Scream 7 is panning out, but good news, I'll be back in Cleveland to see AC/DC. Let's hang. Absolutely, my dude. Also, last time Justin and I were hanging out, we went and got some sandwiches up in Cleveland, which were delicious. So let me know when you're in town, dog. We'll definitely have to do something, man. You're seeing AC/DC in Cleveland. That's a weird vibe, but I'm down for it. I'm down for it nonetheless. Rock on. I didn't even know they still toured. I'm going to be completely honest until you brought that up. That's cool. That's shit. Rock and roll's not dead, baby. Justin Proper, thank you for the 5, my friend. You'll wear them? Oh, you're going to wear the pink pants? Let's go, dude. Oh, man, my day is made, Justin. My day is made. My pants are white now, so at least the insides. Zan Yi is saying, yo! Also throwing $2 out there. Appreciate you a bunch, my friend. Thanks for the support. Thank you. We have Gunner saying, what's up, Jake? I see you're excited for Scary Movie. Very glad the Scream 7's production is boosted. I really do hope Sydney's child will be off. You know, out of context, like, these streams would be... We'd all be in jail. Like, we'd all... I really hope they kill that child. Jesus Christ. It's like, KillJoy, Jake, canceled. But anyways, not I mean in a way, would just be a great way to set the stakes. Like, so kind of have her be like an opening kill or something, right? Like Ghostface is going after the family. Gunner, I think honest to God, my headspace is Mark's going to go in the opening scene. Joel McHale's our opening kill. And I feel like we're kind of on the same wavelength in that regard. I feel like they're going to kill somebody that's close to Sydney. That's how we're going to establish Ghostface is going after her again. I think it just makes the most sense. It's simple. It pushes the plot forward immediately from the opening scene. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for something like that. And Joel McHale, Joel McHale, he's a big name. We've been talking about him for a while now, ever since he got announced to play Mark Evans, which is so funny. Sounds like the name of a certain breakfast place that I like to frequent. but yeah, Mark Evans, man. I think he's a goner in the opening scene. I'll be honest. That's my guess as of right now. We got to have somebody, some big name. It's got to be them in the opening scene always. Come on now. It's a staple of the franchise. So Joel McHale, Jeff Winger, dead by Ghostface in the opening scene. I'm here for it. Antonius, I have not seen the new trailer for Sinners. I got to make that. I almost thought about covering that today until we got a little Scream update. And I had that Stu video idea from yesterday, so I'm like, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it, man. And I shouldn't have gone for it. but it's okay. I had fun making that one, so I don't care. Get away from Gale, you evil man. I know. No one wants to see their favorite character die. But, at the same time, I think about that Batman quote a lot whenever I talk about killing a legacy character. About, like, I don't even remember what the fuck it is. What is it? You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. And in this case, I think what I mean by that is, sometimes characters just overstay their welcome. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Courtney Cox. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Gail Weathers is my favorite Scream character. I think she has one of the most interesting arcs in the entire franchise, minus Scream 6. But I think at a certain point, this is a slasher franchise we're talking about. If it were me, at least, I would want to die. I would want to be killed in these movies because that's fun. Like, that's awesome. I want Ghostface to stab the fuck out of me, and you know what I mean? Like, that's cool. It's a cool thing that Gail has technically never done. She hasn't died. So to finally have that in one of these movies, it's just like it's the next part. It's the last part of the character. It's the last thing you get to do. So I don't know. Just a thought. I would love to see. I would love to see somebody, some big name get taken out in this movie, though, at least some kind of legacy, some returning character, right? And so far, all we have are the Meeks Martin twins, who, again, I think they're only going to be a little cameo in this flick. I don't see them being main players, and also Courtney Cox and Nev Campbell. So Nev Campbell's not going. Maybe Gale. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. No one wants to hear that, though, right? Leonardo DiCaprio throwing 10 out there again. Dude, thank you. Appreciate you. FYI, I voted for a certain you-know-who that shall not be named, but I still support you because I love your channel since Halloween ends. and horror films and difference of opinion. Halloween 4 is number 1. Well, Leonardo, listen, if you want to talk politics, we could do that somewhere else, but here not so much. I appreciate the 10, my friend. Halloween 4 being number 1, that rocks, my dude. Halloween 4 is one of the most underrated ones. I will tell you that much. Halloween 4, I think, is it's one of those films that feels like it's a remake of the original, but in this case, I feel like it's a good thing. There's some really campy elements to 4 that, like, I just feel like make it such a unique flick. The story isn't much to write home about, but it's all those little nuances of 4 that keep me coming back to it. Dr. Loomis is front and center in that flick, and he's super hilarious. I love the scene where he's in the car with the preacher. That is so funny to me. That is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. But I don't know. Halloween 4, man, it's one that when I was going through the franchise for the first time, it just really snuck up on me. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did, but just cracks me up. Cracks me up. Absolutely a good one for sure. But thank you, Leonardo. Appreciate you. Will Defer, throwing 5 out there. Thanks for being a member, too, dude. Appreciate you a bunch. Hey, Jake, ever seen Scream Generations, a fan film on YouTube? Scream Generations? No, I don't think I've seen that one. I remember when we were writing Red Right Hand, I watched a ton of fan films at the time, which was like early 2020s. Scream Generations, full movie. Oh, I see it right here. Here we go. Nice. I'll have to give this one a watch. I've had some folks send me some Scream fan films recently that I thought were really cool, and I'm all about it, dude. Definitely want to see more of these for sure. I've definitely seen some of the biggest ones. I think I've definitely seen some of like the bigger ones out there. This one, I can't believe I've never even heard of this one. That's nuts. But Will, I'll definitely give this one a watch as soon as possible. I love some Scream fan films, and I love even having a contribution in that field too. So it's cool. Cool nonetheless. Will, appreciate the 5, my friend. Thank you for the support. Thanks for being a member too. That means a lot to me. Moser Movie Reviews. What's up, Chase? How's it going? Hey. What's up, dog? Mark Evans was the bass player for Guess Who? Wait, no way, really? Wait, is that? No way. Is that for real? Come on now. Wait, I'm looking this up. Mark Evans is Adele's father? What? There's a lot of Mark Evans in the world. Yeah, wow. Mark Whitmore Evans is an Australian musician, the current bass guitarist for rock band Rose Tattoo, and also a member of the hard rock band AC/DC from 75 to 77. No way. What? Oh my God, that's crazy. There's a lot of Mark Evans in the world. I guess it's a pretty popular name, right? Mark Evans. Slap them together. It's 2 first names, Ricky Bobby. Come on now. I love that. That's hilarious. Dude, that's hilarious, man. Good stuff. Up the ass, Franklin. What's up, Franklin? Stop putting... Listen, man. You put enough things up here. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. Halloween Resurrection, my Poo-Tang clan. I don't even know what to make of that, but it's very funny. That's my new subtitle for the film. Halloween Resurrection, Poo-Tang clan. That's excellent. Up the ass, Franklin. I'm so scared from the super chat. I'm gonna go hide in my own turtle shell. Is what I'm gonna do. I see that you're a naked turtle and you don't have one. I'm gonna shut up because I feel like I'm just saying weird shit at this point. Franklin, thank you for the $2. What the fuck? What's all that about? Halloween Resurrection. It's one of those movies that it is bad, but I'll tell you what, it is kind of fun to watch. My buddy Darjan has brought me to the dark side on that film. He loves watching H2O and Resurrection. Those are like his favorites from the Halloween movies. He just 90s style horror. That tends to be what he really likes a lot. And I will say there is some fun moments to it. It's one of those films that, I think is best to laugh at, right? It's hilarious. It's hilarious for what it is. Chris Nichols, what's up, Chris? It's annoying there's zero chance Sydney won't die, lowers the stakes. Yeah, it absolutely does. But I think the biggest thing with that is there can be tension in her potentially losing her kids. And that to me is where I'm fascinated. That to me is where I'm interested to see what's going to happen in this new film. I think it would, I know people are saying I want to see Sydney get chased by Ghostface. I don't want to see Sydney get chased by Ghostface at this point. I don't care. I know how it's going to end because of how Neve Campbell has talked about returning to these movies. So I don't care. But her daughter getting chased by Ghostface. Now that's interesting. There's tension building there. But I don't know if you come out and say, I I don't want to do another one of these movies if my character's gonna die. It does kind of kill, one of the best parts of a suspense flick, right? So. I don't know. I hear you, Chris, and I think there's ways that they can get around that. They just have to do it right. I think with each Scream movie that is continuing from the past one, it does make it a little harder every single time because there's things you just have to keep consistent with the last thing, and sometimes you have actors and actresses who say things like that make your job even a little harder. But I get it. I get it in Neve Campbell's case, considering what Sidney Prescott does represent in terms of trauma. So I get it, but I just wouldn't have said that, like just keep that to yourself. Right. But yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you for that. Jack Bown. What's up, Jack? How's it going, dog? My theory is Stu killed Dewey, attacked Gail, and it will be revealed in a huge twist. The other Ghostface is Sam, and the whole her getting fired was fake to throw us off. That would be the craziest scheme ever. I mean, Jack, if that was the case, I'd be happy. I'd be happy to know that Spyglass, the folks there didn't actually just fire someone for no reason. But I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. Isaac is hanging out with us saying, I love the profile picture as always, Isaac. Coraline rocks. Great movie. Cast and crew of Scream 7 has been seen filming at a White House today with a blonde character supposedly getting the knife. Looks to be either Anna Camp, I think is what you mean, or McKenna Grace, Celeste O'Connor also. Cool. White House. Sick. All right. A blonde character. So this is probably Anna Camp is what you're thinking. So that there's that TikTok video of McKenna Grace, which I almost thought about putting into a big video today, but I really wanted to make that Stu video, but guess I should have went with the update instead. Kind of looks like they were dyeing her hair or something in that video. Maybe they were just doing her hair, but kind of looks like they were dyeing it to make it look darker, which again, killer vibes written all over that if that's the case, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man, but my money's still on McKenna Grace being our Ghostface reveal at the end of the film, whether she's stabbing people in White Houses or not. Perfect stream for while I run errands. I want Chad to survive 7. I hope that you're not playing this out loud because I have talked about putting things up butts. I've talked about a lot of awful things, a lot of risque things just in the last 23 minutes, but maybe that's funnier, maybe I'm not gonna say that. But Chad surviving Scream 7, yeah, I think they're just gonna be in there for a little cameo. I'm telling you, like they're talking all this talk behind the scenes of wanting to do more with Scream. I'm sure the ideal with that is, hey, here's this movie with the legacy characters. Here's another property where we have some of the new folks running around in Scream because people tend to like both. So it's a solo ride tonight, Sloppenheimer. Good. Good. You could just get sloppy with Jake by yourself. That's okay. That's all right. I don't mind. The more the merrier, though. I'm kidding. I'm just getting gross tonight. I can't help it. But yeah. But yeah, I don't think Chad's gonna die. I'm telling you, I think he's gonna be a cameo. Hanging out over here on Kick, by the way, we have Corvus7201. What's up, Corvus? How's it going, dog? I love the scene from Scream 7 when Darth Vader from Star Trek made a cameo and vaporized Benito Mussolini. What? I just, I'm going to be honest, Corvus, I just can't believe that you're spoiling Scream 7 for all of us. I mean, Darth Vader from Star Trek shows up? God, Corvus. Spoiling the whole movie for us. Jeez, it's crazy out here. Davey Deathray's with us. What's up? Thanks for being a member, dude. Hey, everyone. Appreciate you for stopping by, Davey. We have a members only stream happening tomorrow, only on YouTube. If you're watching us here on Kick, only on YouTube, members only stream. Stop on by. We're gonna be talking about more stuff just like this. It's gonna be a good time. Do you have any more movie watch-alongs planned? It seems like people like those. So I don't know, maybe at some point. I'll figure something out soon, because something that was really cool is one of the last times we did all the movie watch parties sometime last year, we went through Screams 1 through 3, but we never got to 4, 5, and 6. So maybe at some point we'll watch the other Scream movies, because that would be fun. I was gonna wait until the until the movies actually do come out, but I don't know, maybe we'll rewatch them then. I mean, these are some of the most rewatchable horror movies out there, tell you what. NRU Cody is hanging out on Kick now. You're just bouncing from YouTube to Kick. I love it. Hey, Jake, it's me, Cody from YouTube stream. Howdy, y'all. Howdy, Cody. What's up? What's up? We got Cody, Corvus, and Kyle hanging out with us over on Kick today. Good stuff. Good stuff all together. The Ribbit is with us too. What's up, Ribbit? Saying we got a lot of frog-esque friends in tonight. Appreciate that. Hey, Jake, can't wait for Scary Movie 6. Scary Movie 6 is gonna be fun, man. I hope it's good. I hope it's funny. I hope it's raunchy. I hope they pick apart the Scream movies, man. And I know everyone's like, well, I don't want them to make fun of the Scream movies, but it's like that's kind of their whole thing, dog. That's kind of the whole thing with scary movies. So I hope that they lay into it a little bit. Hope they have a little bit of fun doing that. Would be fun. Would be nice to see something silly like that happen. But yeah, I'm excited for Scary Movie 6. I hope it's funny. I hope Melissa Barrera is in it. I hope that they bring Doofy back in the same way that all of you want to see Stu come back. I think that would be fun. Cody over just follow me on Kick. Appreciate you, man. We're trying to get to 75 followers on Kick right now, and we're already at 9. We're making progress, baby. So appreciate you for that one, Cody. Thank you. You're saying to those who are here, come over to the YouTube channel. It's more fun. Well, I don't appreciate that, Cody, but I do appreciate you following me over on Kick nonetheless. Thank you. Chad is the new Dewey, says Smokey. What's up, Smokey? How's it going? Yeah, I definitely could see that being the case, but again, I just don't know why he would be here with Sydney and Gail versus someone like, his girlfriend, Melissa Barrera's character. So I don't know. I feel like they could pop in for a moment, say something like, "Hey, are you guys okay?" that kind of situation, and then pull them out. But I don't know. I'm not against him being a part of it. Like another theory that's been going around that I actually kind of dig is that Celeste O'Connor is like a cousin, maybe on the other side of the family or something that Chad is just happenstance going to visit, right? It's a little bit of a shot in the dark, but just because it's like, dude, that's wild. You know what I mean? That's like what are the odds that Sydney's daughter is friends with Chad's cousin there? But I don't know. We'll see how the Meeks Martin twins end up playing into the story. I hope something happens there. I hope something. Hope we get to see him do something in this movie, because it's kind of the same complaint I have about Sydney, right? I don't want her just to be there for third act backup. I don't want her just to be coming in to be a badass for 2 seconds and then she's gone. I want her. This is a new movie. I want her to go through an arc. Want her to have a new story. Maybe Chad and Mindy can have the same thing here if it works with the story that they're already trying to tell. But we'll see. We'll see what's up. I changed my profile to Dobby's butt. That's gross, but funny nonetheless. Love it. Erica's laughing at the fact that we said Darth Vader from Star Trek. I'm glad someone caught that. I thought no one was going to say anything about that. I'm like, damn, brutal. Ty Lee loves the watch parties. It just had no interest in the Prowler. Fair enough. Thought it would be fun to rewatch that one. It was. I'm going to be honest, a little more slow and boring than I remembered it, but had some really good kills to it. Had some good kills nonetheless. Colby is with us saying, "Hi, what have I missed? A big Scream update, dog. Big update. Big old nasty update." What was it? Mark Consuelos has joined the cast. He is now playing a news reporter that's going to be bugging Gail the entire movie. Sounds a little Debbie Saltish to me. Tell you what. So I don't know. Is this character suspicious? Maybe not. I mean, he's literally played by the guy that is literally married to Kelly Ripa, who has her own morning show, just like Gale Weathers. So I feel like it's a little nod towards that, little meta nod to real life, and kind of just going to be like a little love interest for Gale until he inevitably gets stabbed in the throat. But that's just my theory as of right now. I think it could be a fun little back and forth between the characters, maybe even a bit of a red herring. Gale could be like, I've seen this one before. I think it's you, and that could be fun. Zan Yi just followed me over on Kick as well. Thank you, Zan. Appreciate you, dog. Thanks for stopping by over there. I'm thinking about, so I'm building up this little Kick platform. At least I'm trying to. And I guess the point is over there is I would really like to play some games at some point eventually. So hopefully I'm able to do that. I want to start streaming games at some point because it's really fun talking horror with all of y'all. But it would be nice just to have a night where I could play video games too. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, maybe at some point we'll get that happening. I also like that Tatted Ginger is throwing in a Throwing in a GIF that says "Fat Cock Win." I love it. There's never enough fat cock wins, my friend. Mr. Rick just gifted a KillJoy Jake membership. Thank you, Mr. Rick. Appreciate you a bunch for that. That's going to the horror show. So welcome to the Fold Horror Show. Appreciate you a ton. Thank you, Mr. Rick, and welcome in the horror show. Good stuff. Join us for our live stream tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a very fun stream. A little more of a personal, it's less people, right? It's just the members. So we'll get to everything. We'll get to every comment. It's crazy. NRU Cody is saying, do you think Joel's wife could be in the movie too? Like maybe have her in the movie IRL and she meets Gail and Joel's character? Who is Joel McHale's wife? That's actually a good question. I don't know. Is Joel McHale married? I couldn't even tell you. Sarah Williams. Whoa, that's fucking weird. Wait, hang on. Pause for a second. So I mentioned today in my short video that I posted about old Robbie, new character in Scream 7, played by Mark Consuelos. I said, this is a weird coincidence. Him and Kelly Ripa have been married since 1996, when Scream came out. Guess when Joel McHale got married to his wife, Sarah Williams? 1990 motherfucking 6, baby. That's crazy. No way, dude. Maybe Joel McHale is a good guy after all. They've been married all this long. That's awesome. That's wonderful. He just plays a douchebag on TV. It's all good. It's all good. No, I'm just kidding. That would be funny though. Yeah, sure. I'm here for it. I like the meta jokes. I'm down for that. I want to see some commentary in Scream 7 too. What's up with that, man? What is Scream 7's commentary going to be? I think that should be we should have a whole video dedicated to that at some point. What is Scream 7 going to comment on? Are they going to make fun of themselves? Are they going to make fun of horror? Is there something that they could hit on? I don't know. I feel like Terrifier is such an easy thing for Scream to hit on. There's a little bit of back and forth about the Saw franchise in Scream 4, which I think is fun. Let's have something about Art the Clown in this new movie. That could be cool. David Coca, what's up, David? Saying they could come up with a better last name than Evans. We already have an Evans in this series. Maureen Evans in Scream 2, played by Jada. I had someone ask me if Mark Evans and Maureen Evans were related somehow, and I'm like, I don't know, man. That's again, that's wild in my opinion. Crazy relation there. But I mean, then again, we announced that Stu had a sister in Scream 5. There's a lot of weird things that have been bouncing around these movies lately. So who knows what ends up happening? But I kind of hope not. I do agree, David. Yeah, we're kind of just recycling last names at this point. Mark Kincaid would have been better, in my opinion. Tell you what. Would have been a lot better to see something like that happen, but that's just me. Jake, I have a Scream theory that a higher up, like maybe Stu, might be paying or blackmailing Chad into killing Sydney and her kids. Then in the next Scream film, we focus on her kids after her death. I mean, my thing shot by shot is I really do like the idea of having like a hierarchy of ghost faces, some kind of ghost face cult thing going on. I'm into that. We haven't seen that happen before. I don't think they'll kill Sydney though, because we've actually had if you were like what the fuck was Jake talking about earlier about Sydney not dying in these movies? We've actually had Neve Campbell come out and say she won't do another Scream film if they're going to kill off the character of Sydney. And a lot of that is because, she has so many fans that'll come up to her and say, hey, Sydney Prescott is one of the reasons that, me personally, I was able to overcome trauma, which I think that's wonderful. I think that's a wonderful thing. Very wholesome reason why she wouldn't want to kill the character, why she wouldn't agree to doing something like that. I can't be mad about something along those lines. But, to me, it's like you say something like that. You're saying, hey, my heroine is never going to die. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, there's no tension now whenever there's a scene with Sydney, which I think sucks. So it's like, it's kind of hard to not be thinking about that when I'm seeing Sydney get chased by Ghostface. So it's kind of like, how do you reincorporate this character into stories again now? And to me, it's, you do the opposite of that, basically. It's like, you kind of have Sydney just worried about her kids. The kids are getting chased around and by Ghostface potentially dying, characters that could still die, could still get stabbed. You never know. I mean, again, I'm already speculating that her husband's going to get killed in the opening scene. So that's brutal, man. To me, that's where I think you could find tension with the character of Sydney at this point. But again, they just got to find creative ways to do it. We got to look at the silver linings here, and just keep finding ways to make these movies fun and intense. Mr. Rick, thank you for the 10. Really do appreciate your support of the page. You're saying, I think in Scream 7, they're going to try to somehow keep the sisters in the storyline out of sight, but still in mind. So this way they could come back when they can. I 100% agree. I really feel like we're setting the stage for that. I feel like that's why the Meeks Martin twins are even coming back in the first place. Because, I just feel like if you're going to tell a Sydney story, I don't see why the core four would come back. I'm happy that they're there. I'm happy that Chad and Mindy are coming back. Kind of felt like after all that disastrous news a couple months after, Scream 6 came out, didn't really seem like we were ever going to see the core four again. So when, Chad got announced to be in the movie, I got pretty excited. It had me hyped up. So I do think that, I think you're right. I feel like the sisters are going to be out of the storyline for now, but maybe Meeks Martin twins could say something like, "Oh yeah, they're chilling back in their apartment in New York. They're doing this, they're doing that. Here's where they are in life now." And we're gonna come back to them at some point, hopefully. Fingers crossed. That would be fun. I think there's more story there, even though I am happy with the ending that Scream 6 gave us. But I don't know. I would like to see something else. Would like to see another character coming after Sam Carpenter for whatever reason. Would be cool. But Mr. Rick, thank you for the 10. I really do appreciate that. And the other thing I really appreciate too is you got the fucking dope red right hand poster right there, which I have literally sitting behind me. So sick as fuck there, dude. Thank you for rocking that. Appreciate you, and thank you for being a member, dude. Very good stuff. Juan is saying that Mark Consuelos could be Tara's dad. I mean, sure, but again, I just think my question is, well, why isn't Tara in the film then? Why aren't the sisters here? If we're showing the dad, if we're showing the parents, where where are they? What's up with them? What are they doing? Do you think we will get a hospital scene? Says Cody. Probably. Unfortunately, we've spent enough time in the hospital, I think, in the Scream movies recently, right? Scream 5, I feel like, man, most of it took place in a hospital, and it's just like, I don't know. I think after you see something like Halloween 2 or Halloween Kills that spend a lot of the time in the hospital, more so Halloween 2 than Halloween Kills. But Halloween 2, man, they just spend way too much time hanging out with Laurie Strode in a hospital bed. You know what I mean? It's just like, why this character's got nothing to do in this movie. That kind of stinks. And we kind of get into the same thing here in Scream 5. And it's interesting because we had that little end sequence of Scream 4 take place at the hospital, where obviously things hadn't resolved quite yet upon figuring out who the real killer was. So I don't know. To me, it's like I'm good on hospital scenes in the Scream franchise. We've done it. We've done the hospital scene. Scream 4 did it the best. Scream 5, Dewey's death was shocking. I'll give him that. But yeah, I'm kind of just like, we can move on from the hospital. We can see some other places, some other venues that Ghostface can try to stab people at. Jason Lore is saying, if Stab is the franchise within the Scream franchise, is there a franchise within the Stab movies? That's a great question. That's genuinely a great question. I don't know. I wonder if we'll ever answer that question one day. If it's just continuous, gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. They're just franchise inside of a franchise. Maybe we're in a franchise that is also a meta slasher right now. And Scream is like our joke one. It's not actually real. So maybe that's the case. Parallel universes and all that. Lighting Ghost is hanging out with us over on Kick. What's up? Saying sup, freaks. Yeah, I like that. We're freaky around here. Nothing less than freaky. Mr. Rick is saying, I would totally disagree if they kill both of them off screen. I don't think they would do that. That would be a horrible idea. Don't kill anybody. Don't kill any of the kids. Yeah, no, I don't think they'll actually kill the kids. I think it's more so just like a thing of, if Ghostface is chasing Isabel May, I'm going to be like, oh shit, it's happening. But if Ghostface is going after Neve Campbell, I'm like, okay, I know how this is going to end. I can sit back and eat my popcorn for a second. We can vibe. But yeah, I don't know. Just my thoughts on the matter. I feel like that's what's great about Sydney being a mother is we can reintroduce that tension element where, going back to Screams 5 and 6, I just feel like Sydney didn't have a whole lot to do. So it's nice to hear that maybe we can find a way to do that if executed properly here in Scream 7. Lighting Ghost is saying, sup, people. Sup freaks, sup people. I see how it is. So you think the people of Kick are freaks, huh? No, no, I'm just kidding. Lighting Ghost, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Again, appreciate you. Thanks for being a member here on YouTube. NRU Cody was also saying, I feel like we will see the sisters' names in Scream 7, but maybe like Sydney is going through her phone, see the names and the contacts hinting at us on their return. I think they're going to do the same thing they did for Sydney, right? Like it's going to be the same thing, however, which way they do it. They're going to say they're somewhere safe. It's all good. You know, they're out there somewhere doing their thing. And they're okay. Jack 5 is saying, sup Jake, I start school in 2 days. Fuck. You start school. What are you doing, Jack? Are you just like, you still in like just school? Or are you going to college? What's going on, Jack? Let us know. Let us know in the comments. 2 days. I'm trying to think. Like it's like late January now. That's got to be like college, right? They didn't give me that long in high school. Let me tell you, they gave us like a week, like a week and a half for Christmas break. It was ridiculous. Needed some more time than that. Erica is saying, remember to hit that like button if you haven't already, and if you want to show a little more love, then hit subscribe. Change the bell to all so you never miss a live or a video. Hey, that would be cool. Run it. Listen to Erica. She has some really good stuff. Cody's saying, Jake and Matt, you and Madison need a long vacation, bro. You do too much. You should take a week off. I have to. It's that's life. That's life, Cody. But it's all good. I can't complain because I have the best job in the world. So. Even though I'm very busy, I'm just happy that I get to do this. I'm very thankful for that. Not everyone gets to be so lucky. So, Madison and I are taking a vacation though. We're trying to figure something out. we're trying to move in together this year, but we also just both of us need a vacation. Both of us need some time off. So we're trying to plan something out here, but we'll see if we can do it. Mike42 is saying, what if Mark Consuelo's character is Gail's co-host on a new talk show? He could get attacked when on air or something, or maybe a Ghostface we wouldn't see coming. Admittedly, I don't know what else Mark Consuelos, I guess, has done before in the past, besides hosting Kelly and Mark. That's really all I know. Would he be a good Ghostface, based on what the casting director has said? That's really one of the biggest questions right now. Because, the casting director for Scream 7 basically came out and just kind of said exactly what we're all thinking about his casting process, how he finds characters to play ghost faces. Just looks at actors' catalogs and says, hey, have they done this? Have they done that before? Can they play both sides to a ghost face in this new movie? And there's one very obvious actress who's already a part of the cast that I'm pretty certain about. But I don't know. I feel like this character, I do see him maybe being, I could see him being like a new co-host on a talk show or something along those lines. Again, this is a role that he would know how to play very well. So I could totally see that being the case. He plays it in real life, so there you go. It would work. Lightning Ghost is asking a question on Kick that, like, yeah, this is one that I pretty much agree with wholeheartedly. Do you think the cops are going to be the killers in Heart Eyes, just like Scream 6 and Thanksgiving? Yeah, I mean, yes, it's another situation where we have some of the biggest actors just playing these side characters in Hard Eyes, and I'm like, yeah, one of them is definitely the killer, like for sure. I feel like it's Jordana Brewster because I think we see Devin Sawa get punched in the face by Hard Eyes in the trailer. So if I had to guess, Jordana Brewster, that's where my money is right now. Feels like it's going to be a murder mystery slasher. It comes from people who have made plenty of murder mystery slashers before. So yes, I definitely feel like Jordana Brewster, one of the detectives, is our killer. But we'll know soon. Your boy will have an early review out of Hard Eyes very soon here. I don't know when I'm allowed to post it, but hopefully Friday. I don't know. We'll see. But Screenlight is saying #Stu lives. Hey, maybe. Again, I talked about it in today's video. And here's my thing. I always try to make videos from an unbiased standpoint. I'm always going to throw my ideas out there, what I'm thinking about, but I always want to look at like every single side to something, right? And a big thing with Scream 7 is we have Matthew Lillard, who is popping right now after Five Nights at Freddy's was such a big success just a couple years ago. Now we have the sequel coming out this year. Of course, Matthew Lillard's in it, and of course he's going to be in the next one after that. He's the main antagonist. He's not Freddy Fazbear, but he's kind of the puppet master, pulling all the strings, putting the kids into the suits and all that crazy shit. So, will Stu come back to Scream 7? It is absolutely a possibility. Even I would hate it, but I'll tell you what, it could totally happen. Why? Scream 7 needs to be a win for this studio. This is one of the flagship series for Spyglass Media right now. They want this to make some money, just like how Scream 5 and Scream 6 did. And with all the bad press they've been getting, I don't think that's going to affect them too much, but they might be getting a little nervous, saying to themselves, hey, we gotta do something, right? We gotta essentially jump the shark a little bit. Let's put Stu back in here. It'll put butts in seats. All those Five Nights at Freddy's kids, they'll be coming and checking it out. So I don't know, man. I could see that happening. I could see that line of thinking being the case for the new movie, and I think a lot of Stu fans will be very excited to see it. One question over on Kick here is saying, Jake, are you going to see Captain America 4? Yes, we're going on Valentine's Day. My girlfriend and I. She is a big Captain America fan. Madison. So we're going to definitely check that one out. See what it's all about. I'm excited for new Captain America. I hope it's good. I love Anthony Mackie. I hope he does it well. I liked the show. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, right? I actually like that show, and I'm not crazy about a lot of the Disney Plus shows, but that one was pretty good. Not solid. It was a fun watch. I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm hoping this movie is an even better rendition of that, but we'll see. McIron Davis, what's up, fella? How's it going? I love the profile picture. It's sick. It's gnarly. Saying, Jake, I need to make a horror movie. You're the guy who knows where it's at. I too have horror movies instead of friends because my friends have morals. Oh, that's a shame. That's no fun. Your friends don't like seeing people get stabbed in the face, I see. Well, that no friends of mine, I say. No, I'm kidding. But no, listen, man, I, honest to God, some of the best advice I could give you right here, right now is you can make a movie with this right here. And most people have one of these, a phone. These things have like genuinely good cameras on them. There are snobs in the film industry who will say, you need a red or a black magic camera to make something look good. It's not true at all, dog. Like, listen, it's genuinely not true. You can make an epic movie with one of these. They just shot 28 weeks later, or 28 years later on one of these bad boys. And yes, they had a crazy rig and all that crazy bullshit that I like to bring up a lot because I think it's really funny. Do I have the picture still? Yeah, I have the picture. That's an iPhone in there, ladies and gentlemen. That's 28 years later. You can make a horror film with your phone. We have access to technology that people just did not have a long time ago. So make your movie, make it happen. Shoot it with an iPhone. Do it however you can. Use whatever resources you have available to you, and just make your movie now. Don't let people tell you that you have to wait. You have to have some gigantic budget to do something. Just do it. Just make it happen. Find a way to do it at the level that you're at, and just keep progressing. Keep going up. Best advice I could give you. Movies in full, saying, with Scream, it's always difficult with wanting the characters we love to live, but still wanting the movies to have stakes and not be predictable. Yeah, definitely a line, you got to walk. And that's why a Scream movie is difficult. And I know I sound very critical of these movies a lot, but the truth of it is that they're not easy to make. Scream movies, you have to do them the right way, or man, you're going to fuck it up, especially in a franchise where every continuation builds off of the other. 7 has to, abide by certain guidelines set by the previous 6 movies. I mean, that is way tougher than just writing an original movie where there are no rules. It's a fresh playground, but now there are just some things you have to abide by. You have to figure out if you're going to do this movie the right way. I know I said I wouldn't drink pop on stream anymore, ladies and gentlemen. I needed this one today. But we're going back to cold turkey after this, I promise. I needed a root beer. It was one of those days, man. I sound like I'm drinking again, but I'm talking about root beer. It's goofy. I like it. Go to Disneyland, says Cody. I wish I could go to Disneyland. We're probably going to have a chill, just a chill vacation, not doing a whole lot. Her and I we're just doing a ton right now, moving out in this economy. It's crazy. So we've been busting our asses trying to make that happen right now. And we're looking at some apartments and stuff. But at some point, we would like a little break. It would be nice, Madison and I. So Sean Sheridan, what's up, Sean? How's it going? Like the Goodfellas profile picture there. Saying Scream 7 bringing back Stu, apparently. In what way at this stage? Let's just go nuts. And that's my biggest thing about bringing Stu back, right? Because the moment they do that, the franchise is just we're in Camp City. You know what I mean? It is just any sort of realism, any sort of grounded level of tone is gone. It's out the window. Forget any sort of commentary on movies. Forget any sort of emotional trauma-based story. No, it's just going to be Ghostface as a typical slasher caricature of what he once was. That's so melodramatic, but it's true. I mean, you start bringing back ghost faces from the dead like that just to put butts in seats, and what does your franchise become? You've lost all integrity. It's just going to be a joke. It's just going to be a silly movie at that point. And I get it. I think that's all some people want from these films. There is a silly element to Scream, but I've always been more enthralled by the sophisticated elements. I love the commentary angles of these movies, and I think, for the most part, in a lot of these movies, it's very thought out, very, very provocative. So I don't know, man. I hope that Scream 7, understands that. Like I said earlier, seems like we already know that McKenna Grace is probably going to be one of the killers in this movie. I don't think Stu is actually going to come back, but I wouldn't be shocked, at the same time. I wouldn't be shocked considering that jump the shark energy that I'm really feeling from this project. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Mike42 is saying, what TV show are you the most excited for? Which one will be better, Alien Earth or Welcome to Derry? Ooh, man, that's actually a tough one. I think both of these are going to be very good. Welcome to Derry, I'm really excited for. It's Bill Skarsgård back doing Pennywise. I have a lot of faith in this series, and why I say that is because I feel like there was some shortcomings with It Chapter 2. They know that. They understand that there were some shortcomings there with how Pennywise ultimately went out. That was dumb. Dude got bullied to death. Like what do you mean? What do you mean Pennywise got bullied to death? That sucks, dog. So I think this series is going to understand that. We already know where Pennywise dies. This is a prequel series. And Andy Muschietti has already said that each season is going to go back in time with like a 3-season arc, essentially, is what they want to do. That's exciting to me. That sounds really fun. It could be a very experimental and cool show that will build upon those two movies, maybe make them even better. So there's a lot to love with Welcome to Derry, and Alien Earth, kind of in a similar situation, also a prequel series to that entire franchise, just like the Derry show. Just like the Milkman show. Kind of sounds like I'm talking about milk and dairy products, but I'm not. But Alien Earth, I'm also very excited for, because it's technically the first time the aliens will be on Earth. Technically not, right? Alien versus Predator, both of those movies had xenomorphs on Earth, except I couldn't really see what was going on in that sequel, so no, I kid. But Alien Earth, it's technically the first time the aliens come to Earth in like the actual franchise versus the crossover event that were those two movies. So it does have me excited. I hope it builds upon, Weyland-Yutani being this evil corporation that's, forcing its workers to go pick up these xenomorphs across the galaxy. That's really interesting to me. I feel like we could kind of sow the seeds for that a little bit, start to kind of learn about how that all got, all that, how all that happened in the first movie, and, leading into a lot of the rest of the story, essentially. But I'm man, tough to say which one I'm more excited for. These are two franchises I love to death, and I'm really hyped to see them. As of right now, I think I'm going to lean towards Alien Earth, just because sci-fi horror is my favorite thing ever. Like nothing tops it. I just watched this movie last night. I promise I won't ramble too much about this, but let me get this title right, because it's a bizarre. 964 Pinocchio is the name of it. It is I believe it's a Japanese film. Yeah, it's it's this Japanese horror film from 1991, and it's about like this. I don't even know if I could like say this here on these platforms I'm streaming to, but it's about a sex cyborg who gets released into the streets of Japan, and this homeless woman finds him and starts taking care of him, and it is bizarre. It is a very weird film, and I loved every second of it. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was excellent. Definitely one I would watch again. But I don't know, man. Anything that is like slightly sci-fi, slightly dystopian, I will at least I'll definitely check it out. I tend to like a lot of that stuff. I don't know, it just really works for me. Infinite Sky is with us tonight, saying I'm looking forward to Companion this Sunday. You're seeing it on Sunday. Nice. Very nice. I'm going to have a review out for this one soon, but I like I said, I have a little bit of an opportunity this Thursday. So I do really, I think I might be seeing Hard Eyes early. Big maybe there. But if I get to see that one early, I would like to put a spoiler-free review out on Friday if I'm allowed to. I don't know if I'm allowed to yet, so no promises. Something's coming Friday. It's either a companion review or an early Hard Eyes review. I'm not sure quite yet, but I will be talking about this one sometime either Friday or this weekend because I'm very much so looking forward to it. Spoken with a few people who have gotten to see it early, and they really liked it, like across the board, positive reviews. So I'm hyped. I'm hyped to see this one. See if maybe it could be my new favorite horror film of the year. We'll see. But so far, it's still at Presence. Presence is my favorite. Killer flick. Seriously, if you guys haven't seen that one in the theaters yet, you're missing out. You're missing out. Kyle Scunn got to see it, though, over on Kick. So there is that. What role did Jordana Brewster play in The Faculty? She's in it. I don't know why, but I haven't seen The Faculty in a while. The only thing I remember from it is Frodo, Elijah Wood. It like sniffs her hair at one point, and it's so creepy and out of character. Very weird. A very strange scene. They're like hiding in the closet from like a teacher or something. That's what it is. And then he goes up to her like a fucking creep and just, like sniffs up on her hair. And I'm like, dude, what? And like that doesn't, it's not like the intention there is not to say Elisha Wood's like this creepy character. I don't know. It's just a weird moment. It's a weird, like, what did I just see? What did I just watch? Kind of makes me laugh every time, but I love The Faculty. That's a really fun film. If you guys have never seen that, kind of a Scream murder mystery, but like with The Thing, kind of those two worlds merged together. It's fun. I don't think it has the best special effects in the world, but like you gotta look past some of these things when we're talking about movies from the late 90s and the thousands. Lot of horror from that time just did not have some great special effects. 28 years later was shot with a phone. Thank you, Jake. Of course, my friend. Dude, yeah, I mean, if you need some confidence, if you're like, I'm about to go shoot this movie, but I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. Just remember, like, there are big movies that are shot with these bad boys, these puppies. So yeah, no, seriously, dude. You can make something look cinematic with your fucking iPhone. There's just ways to do it. There's techniques, there's things you gotta look into, things to think about while you're shooting, I think it's not just about making a shot look gorgeous. Just like can you tell a story without any words? You know what I mean? Can you tell a story with a frame? That's a big question. You know what I mean? Can you have that intricate of details in the thing you're making? People will respond to that. It's just a big thing. Anywhere where you can add a level of detail, do it. Make it happen if you can. Chris Nichols is saying would be good to see Ghostface survive or escape the finale alive, and why not a Ghostface who doesn't want to reveal their identity for once, but get forced to? That's interesting. A Ghostface who maybe just wants to keep killing or something, and they catch him, almost like Scooby-Doo, right? They push him on the ground, they tie the hands up over a chair or something, and like take the mask off, and it's like some angry dude. Like, I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids. They're trying to get out. I could totally, that would be fun. I need the Scooby-Doo reveal in Scream now. Damn it, Chris. I need this now. But I also do love the idea of a Ghostface getting away with it, and surviving the finale only to show up for the next movie. That to me is so interesting. In that situation, I'd be okay with a lot of characters being kept alive, because then you still got to point the finger. Who the fuck is it? You know what I mean? That's fun. And I could totally see something like that hopefully being the case here for Scream 7. I would be so down for another sequel if they did something like that. I mean, again, any sort of deviation, any sort of, hey, we're going to take the formula that and we're going to twist it and make it something grander, grandiose, more epic in some sort of way. If they can find a way to do that, I'm here for it. I'm sold. Sold on Scream 7. So down for that. In New York, we call pop soda. Really? In New York, they call it soda? I always figured soda was like a Southern thing. Like I know in some places they just call it like everything is a Coke. It's like yeah, give me a root beer Coke. Give me a Sprite Coke. I hear that sometimes too, which is crazy, but that's funny. In New York, they call it soda too. Nice. Here in Ohio, it's pop. But I remember, actually, you know what's funny about this? I was in Philadelphia a few years ago, and I remember I ordered. I was like, "Can I have what kind of pop do you guys have on the menu?" You know, and she's like, the waitress was like, "You mean soda?" Like so offended that I said the word pop, referring to soda, which I think is so funny. It's like, damn, like people take that seriously, dog. You know, I'm not fucking around with no pop, no soda. You know, not not trying to offend anybody, of course. You know, so I apologize to my New York friends out there, I should say. So it's a trust me bro state. I don't know what you're talking about there. Ella's with us tonight. What's up, Ella? How's it going? Yo, Ella, how's it going? How's it working at the dispensary still? Please let me know. I live vicariously through you. Love your streams, but gotta get back to work. Bye, gang. Dang it, I missed it. I missed my chance to hear what's going on at the dispensary. Brutal. I love that. That's so cool. I think when I get old, when I'm an old man sitting atop my hill, just giving people wisdom, it's all I can do with my brittle body at that point. I just want to, literally all I want is I want to own a dispensary. That's all I want in life at this point. I got the YouTube channel. I'm happy with this. I want to own a dispensary. I think that would be so much fun. I can't see that being a bad time. I think that would just be all the things I enjoy about life all in one place. Blade, what's up, Blade? How's it going? I can't wait for Hard Eyes. This feels like another Thanksgiving kind of film. Absolutely. We have another holiday slasher on the horizon, ladies and gentlemen, just a week away now, which is super hype. I'm so excited to see this one. This isn't probably a top 10 most anticipated of the year for me, without a doubt. I really enjoyed Thanksgiving. That was like even better than I thought it was going to be. I really enjoyed Thanksgiving from a couple years ago. We might be getting a sequel this November too, which is super exciting. So Thanksgiving 2, maybe on the horizon. Heart Eyes in just a couple of weeks. Lots of excitement. Lots of excitement here for this one. But yeah, I'm excited to see it. I hope it's good. Kills look brutal. Looks like it's gonna be a fun murder mystery. It's got a great cast. Mason Gooding, Olivia Holt, Jordana Brewster, Devin Sawa. I mean, come on now. You can't lose with that. I think it's going to be good. I'm excited. I can imagine Scream, the Ultimate 9-movie collection from 1996, 2027 on Blu-ray and DVD. What do you think? Dog, you're talking 9-movie collection. So that's 2 movies in a year? Oh, man, Jacob Wells, that's a big order, let me tell you. I think we'll definitely get a couple more Scream movies. It's just going to take some time, of course. We got really lucky. We got really lucky with Scream 5 and Scream 6 coming out back-to-back years. That was awesome. It was a ton of fun. But I don't know if that's going to be the case moving forward. I don't want them to really just keep pumping these movies out. I want them to take their time in between sequels. I love how Fede Alvarez is approaching the Alien Romulus sequel right now. He is specifically like just taking time, figuring out where the story should go next, and then pushing the story forward. It's not so much one of those things where it's like, oh, that was successful. We got nominated for an Oscar. Bam, let's get something out next year. It's like, no, take your time, make it something good, make it something that's worthwhile for the fans. Because Jacob, even like what you're talking about here, right? You want to own that movie collection of all these different films. I do too. And when I go back through them, I don't want to be looking at some of those movies and saying, ugh, skip that one, I want to be able to watch all 9 of those movies and say they're all fucking good. Like that would be so cool. Like what franchise has like just 9 excellent movies in a row? So far, Scream has 6. Dare I say, hopefully 7 here in another year. Fingers crossed, baby. Fingers crossed. But like I said earlier, it is tough to make a good Scream movie. I hope they're able to keep the streak alive for this 7th entry, but we'll see. What else is going on here? Seeing Companion on Saturday. Very excited. I absolutely love the cast. It looks good. Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid, another cast I feel like you can't lose with. Really hyped to see what they're able to do in this new movie. Jack Quaid playing a villain again, too, which is exciting. So cool stuff there for sure. Blaze is down for that. Love it, Blaze. Always love hearing that you're down for it. Allison Chains is saying Harvey from What We Do in the Shadows is in Companion, so I'm sold. I don't think I quite know who that is. Hang on now, because I watched this show. Harvey Gillen? Oh, yeah, he's the familiar. He's like the main dude on the show. Nice. What We Do in the Shadows, such a good show. Oh my god. I never finished it. I got through the first 3 seasons. And I never saw any more than that, but yeah, there's so much to love. If you got, ladies and gentlemen, if you've never seen that show before, it's about vampires. It's based on the Taika Waititi movie that came out. I think it was like early 2010s, I want to say. But God, it's good. Matt Berry steals the show in like every scene he's in, though. He's it's one of those things where it's like you probably have heard him on this show, you just don't know it. But oh my God, he's great. That show's just excellent, though. Alice in Chains, great stuff there. Tatted Ginger is saying, I cannot wait to see this when it comes out. I'm so excited. Talking about Captain America 4. Yeah, we're going on Valentine's Day. It's going to be our Valentine's Day date. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun. I hope it's good. So far I've been kind of coming back around to Marvel. There's been some good stuff lately that I haven't absolutely hated. So I'm like, okay, this doesn't feel like gray sludge. Cool. Rock on, man. They're not making Blu-rays anymore. Oh, Sony's not making Blu-ray. I'm like, what do you mean they're not making Blu-rays anymore? Do I got to like mass buy a bunch of stuff that I've just been looking at on Amazon and saying to myself, I'll wait, I'll get it eventually. Don't freak me out like that, Zaza. I'm going to need some Zaza after that comment. Jesus. I'm kidding. A Ghostface in 7 with a motive of being a Stu cult fan. He worships Stu and uses it to mess with Sydney, and it's a cool meta way to poke fun at all the Stu truthers out there. This would be fun. This would be awesome. To say like, we worship Stu. He's the greatest killer of them all. Maybe even get something in there where it's like, there's a bit of a erasure, like an erasure of the past. Like everyone says like, oh, Stu was the mastermind. Like everyone thinks it's Billy, but that's not the truth. Like you could have some characters who think that would be fun. Really would play well into current events. I could get into that, get into something like that for sure. Fast and Furious obviously has 9 excellent movies. All of them are excellent, Lighting Ghost. What are you talking about, bro? If you're new here, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I am the world's biggest Fast X fan. Fast X, greatest movie ever made. Nothing tops it. It is it's truly the greatest the greatest movie, greatest masterpiece to grace the silver screen. I don't know what else could top it. The Shining, Jaws, move over. The Godfather, nothing. Pales in comparison to Dom Toretto and his family. Anyways, thoughts on the found footage Chronicle. Oh, love Chronicle. Chronicle's so good. Chronicle is one of those movies that I didn't think I was going to love as much as I did until I saw it. It's like, whew, wow, okay, yeah, you can do this. You can apply found footage to things that aren't necessarily horror, Chronicle, I would say is like, it's horror adjacent, but even at that, like, this is not a found footage movie where they're setting up scare sequences and big jump scares and all that. It tells a really emotional story through the vehicle of found footage, and I think that's what's so cool. It does have supernatural elements to it, but it's not necessarily a horror film. I just really like what Chronicle was all about. So if you guys haven't seen this one, probably one of the most underrated found footage flicks from the little like found footage renaissance we had after what is it, Paranormal Activity came out. So I really enjoy this flick a bunch. Chronicle's great. That's one I need to own. That's one I definitely gotta get on buying. Bro, tell me how you make your DVD shelf and collect so much if you don't have a job. I do have a job. This is my job. Don't mean to get personal or anything. I just adore your home media collection in the background. Keep that up. Yeah, if I didn't have a job, I would I would not have all those movies, I promise you. I'll tell you what, YouTube, I wish it paid better than it does. but it doesn't, unfortunately. So I still have to do some side work and all that to keep things up and make all this happen. But I really don't spend a ton of money on movies. It looks like I do, right? But this is like 10 years worth of collecting, and some people who have been doing it for 10 years have like 4 of these shelves. So no, I truly don't spend that much money on myself. I honestly don't. I'm just saving it. Been saving it for years, hopefully to, get a house, do something. but yeah, I've just been saving. I just save all my money. I'm boring. I wish I had more fun. Wish I had more fun. Went out and did stuff, but I'm just saving it up. Just saving it up right now. But I do have a job. I work, if I work 12 hours a day and I don't have a job, that's fucking crazy. But I've been working since 8 a.m, and here we are at 8:10 p.m. my time. So McIron is saying, "Oh, Jake, have you seen It Doesn't Get Any Better Than This? I saw it opening night in San Antonio. They have 2 more movies coming out called Homebody and Scary New Year. I don't give a butt tickling toe. That was cool. I don't know what, I don't know what BTT means. I'm sorry." I have not seen this movie yet, though. It doesn't get any better than this. Interesting. I don't even think I've heard of that. I'm going to be totally honest. I am catching up on some movies I missed from last year, though, McIron. And one of them is Blink Twice. I'm halfway through that one right now. I had a little lull, got maybe like 45 minutes into it before stream, which was nice. I actually did get to take a break today. But yeah, no, I got into that one, and it's solid so far. I don't know if I'm in love with it, but it's a cool little thriller. It's unique in the way that it's telling its story, which is nice. I really like the characters too. That's another big thing. Blink Twice was one I watched recently. That 964 Pinocchio movie. I just watched that, which I was talking about earlier. Again, I highly recommend that one if you like weird cinema. Trippy cinema too. If you like movies like Mandy, Panos Cosmatos stuff, 964 Pinocchio, totally recommend that one. What else have I been watching? The Dead Zone, just put that one on to fall asleep to the other night. That is such a good, I literally put it on to fall asleep to it, and I'm sitting on the edge of my bed watching that one again. So good. The Dead Zone, excellent movie. Crazy little kind of political thriller, but also kind of not. It kind of just turns into that in like the third act, but man, very good movie. One of my favorites from David Cronenberg. But I've been watching a lot of stuff from the past that I just haven't seen in a while lately, with some new stuff sprinkled in there. So I might have to give this one a chance. It doesn't get any better than this. I mean, that movie better be good, because that title is saying is saying something there. It doesn't get any better than this. A 2023 film. Oh wait, I have heard of this. This is the movie where they're only showing it in theaters. They're never going to release it digitally. I did hear about this. Oh, this is great. Wait, this is actually a really cool story here. Let's get into this a bit. So this is a horror movie, I believe a found footage film, that they have declared that they will never release it online. It is only going to be shown in theaters. It's like a little bit of a gimmick thing, admittedly, and it's probably going to, let's be honest, it's probably going to be on a streaming service somewhere in the future. Someone's going to get it. But as of right now, only in theaters. Only time you're ever going to be able to see it, which I think is really cool. And there's actually a showing near me that I'm just looking at right here that's like, oh, that's cool. That's awesome. But I hear it's good. From what I've heard, it is a very scary, weird horror movie. And I'm very down to check it out. I remember reading an article on this maybe like a month ago. They were talking about it. So, ooh, that's cool. That's really cool, dude. It's really cool to hear a good review of it as well. I was worried, because it's like, man, they're only, they're making us come out to the theaters there. I hope it's good. I hope it's worth my time. And hearing a good review definitely has me a little more excited for it. Any more Paranormal Activity happening? Will we get 2 more movies, or is Paramount Plus reboot the last one? Feels like that's probably going to be the last one for a minute. I remember there was rumors circulating that a Paranormal Activity 8 was in the works, but we actually had Oren Peli, the creator of the series, come out and say, nope, no, it's not happening. We're putting that to bed. I really could see more Paranormal Activity coming, though. I honestly don't know. To me, it's like, why don't they do more? I really enjoyed that Paramount Plus movie. I like that movie so much. I went out of my way to buy the Paranormal Activity box set, which is on my set. And again, You're talking to the guy who just I don't spend money if I don't have to. I am that person. I'm very much so not going to spend it if I don't have it. But that was a box set where I'm like, I have to have this. That movie was so cool. A really fun found footage flick. I wouldn't even call it a Paranormal Activity movie because it just doesn't do a lot of the things that Paranormal Activity is known for. But it's basically a very long VHS segment, if I had to describe what that last Paranormal Activity movie was all about. Trying to reinvent the franchise, I think, a little bit, and I was down for it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I was kind of hoping we would get more movies like that, if I'm being honest, after that 7th entry. It's a really strong part of the franchise. It's different. It's not exactly what you're expecting, but I don't know. It really worked for me. The plot's a little basic, but like that third act is terrifying. Like, whew. Oh, some scary practical monsters and a bunch of crazy shit going on there. I really enjoyed it. Had a really good time with that movie. Yeah, thank you, Jacob. I appreciate that. I'm fun. Thank you. Your quote, instead of having friends, I got horror movies. It basically is the horror version of Dom's words in I don't got friends, I got family. See, I've always been a Fast and Furious fan. See, Jacob, deep down in my heart, I was always a gearhead. Always. Reaper Kid is saying, what's up, KillJoy? How you doing, Reaper Kid? Welcome in, dog. Thanks for hanging with us. You heard the opening will be Chad and Celeste O'Connor, and she will die. Chad will be injured and go to the hospital. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of things about the opening coming from certain YouTube channels that I don't trust one bit, let me tell you. So I don't know. I don't know about all that. But yeah, some opening scene details are being tossed about from supposed good sources, and I don't know. I don't buy it personally. When we learn more about it, we'll learn more about it, but I don't know. So, not going to get into all that. Watching Fast X now, it's the true sequel to Fast 5. 6 is odd because it's between two of my favorites. I'll be honest, I make fun of the Fast and Furious series a lot, but Fast 5, really solid movie, and also the original, I think, also very good. But there is some. I get why the franchise has gone on for as long as it has, because there are some good movies in there, but a lot of them are like, what the fuck am I even watching? Like, who wrote this? What do you mean? But it's a fascinating franchise. It's kind of like it's Nietzsche's abyss. I stare into it, it stares back at me. I can't stop staring at it. I'm just like, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with the Fast and Furious franchise. I think it's one of the most fascinating things to me. I can't believe it exists. We're all so lucky to be in this day and age where that exists. What movie is only being released in theaters? So it's this movie called I already forgot the fucking name of it. Damn it. We've been talking about too many movies. Who was talking? I think Infinite Sky was talking about that, maybe? I already forgot. Fun fact, I already forgot the name of it. It doesn't get any better than this, is the one that's only being released in theaters. Will not see an online release at all. But yeah, there's some I just saw that there was like one screening in my area, so it's like having a very limited run in theaters. But if you can catch this one, see it. That might be the only time you're able to check it out. It looks like a really weird and scary experimental found footage movie, and I'm all about that. So I'm down. I don't like to spoil anything, but I wanted to mention, just because I think it's funny, Patrick Dempsey just played a villain as a cop, and in Dexter's show, he is the captain and is the main villain. That's interesting. Okay. Cool. There you go. He's kind of perfect, right? He's kind of perfect for that after playing Newland in Thanksgiving. That's the biggest question about the Thanksgiving franchise right now. Do they bring him back? Or do we have a new John Carver in Thanksgiving too? Would it be easier just to have a different killer? And would that make the movie more fun? I'm not 100%. I don't know which way Eli Roth wants to take it. I'm open-minded. I'm definitely down for a repeat killer. If there's unfinished business that's left on the table. Maybe there was leftovers, although the tagline for the movie would say otherwise. I don't know. I'm here for it though. I'm here for wherever they take the show next. I guess the big thing from Thanksgiving that I want, it's not even necessarily a big killer reveal. It's a lot of those over the top kills. We need another good opening scene, because oh my God, the opening scene from the first Thanksgiving is maybe the best part. so yeah, I'm really hoping that there's more, more of those like kind of franchise staples that we established in that first movie seen in the sequel. But just more so, just taking it down a new path, right? Can't just do the same story again. That's no fun either. Fast and Furious franchise is a 10-movie box set. I heard Fast X Part 2 will be released in March of 2026. How is Han and his girlfriend still alive? I have so many questions. So yeah, my buddy and I. So how the whole Fast and Furious conversation even started here on a horror page is I had nothing to do on a Thursday morning, and I called up my buddy and I said, hey, you know, I just want to do something weird. I want to do something weird today. There's just not a whole lot of horror news going on, not a whole lot to talk about. I want to go see a movie, and Fast X is playing in theaters. I have never seen a Fast and Furious movie before in my life at this point. And I was like, let's just see it. Let's go watch Fast X. And we went to the very first showing of Fast X, opening day, Thursday, early previews. And our minds were blown. It is the most ridiculous, again, it's the most ridiculous movie ever. And yes, I'm totally making fun of it a bunch. But at the same time, it's kind of one of those movies that I feel like they made so many bad decisions that they kind of just turned all the way around and they turned it into a movie that is actually just so much fun to watch. Like it is, it's so bad, it's brilliant. Like that's the only way I can describe Fast X. It's the greatest so bad it's good movie ever made, ever put to screen. And even though I am kind of ripping on it a little bit, there is genuinely something about that movie that I just can't stop thinking about. I will continue to talk about it forever because I'm just like I don't know, I'm immersed into that film, and none of the other movies are quite the same as Fast X to me. It's just so funny. It's so funny. Cracks me up every time I see it, but I love it. Ridiculous movie for sure. What else is going on here? What else we got to talk? What else we want to talk about? I got to stop talking about Fast and Furious. I'm sorry. I could go on and on about it. What else is happening? Time Cut was also good. I just wasn't crazy about Time Cut. It was kind of just totally killer again is kind of how I felt about it. I did really like seeing what's her face from Outer Banks in that movie though, which was cool. And I totally forgot her name because I'm face blind and I forget names all the time. It's terrible. Madison Bailey. Yeah, Madison Bailey was the star of that one. So I really like her on Outer Banks. So really cool to see her in that movie for sure. Really a lot of fun. A lot of people love to talk about Stu, and I love him, and Matthew Lillard, but Billy and Skeet Ulrich's performance is kind of slept on in that first movie, I think. Yeah, he's terrifying. I think Billy might be the most terrifying Ghostface out there, without a doubt, lighting Ghost. Stu is hilarious, right? Like Stu's my personal favorite Ghostface because I think he's funny as fuck. He has some of the most iconic lines in that original, but yeah, we can't forget about Billy. You know, we can't forget about that performance in that original movie. It's terrifying. It puts Skeet Ulrich on the map. It's the reason he's still doing horror today. He's one of the most iconic villains in cinema history right there. I mean, that reveal, like when he turns the gun and has the smile on his face to Randy, it's like, oh, we all go a little mad sometimes. It's just like, that's haunting. Ooh, I love it. But yeah, no, Billy's a great character. And it was nice to see him in Screams 5 and 6, even if, kind of just felt a little shoehorned in, right? But it was cool. It was cool to be like, okay, yeah, Skeet Ulrich came back. That was sick. That was fun. But I agree, Lighting Ghost. I feel like his performance is slept on. Doesn't get quite talked about enough because of Stu, It's almost kind of like Jim Carrey in the 90s Batman movie. What's it called again? I can't even remember. I can't remember any name of anything tonight. What's going on here? Batman. Oh my God. I don't remember. Batman Jim Carrey. I'm like, I don't remember. Yeah, Batman Forever. Why couldn't I think of that? But yeah, Batman Forever. It's kind of a similar situation to that, right? You have Tommy Lee Jones playing Harvey Dent, and he's killing it. I mean, he's really doing a great job, but Jim Carrey kind of overshadowing him as the Riddler, being this super over-the-top, hilarious villain. And it's like, he's magnetic. You can't look away from him. It's like, that's great. But yeah, and even with that being said, Tommy Lee Jones still giving a great performance there, nonetheless, So I don't know. Lots I actually really like that movie. I know some people hate it. Some people hate Batman Forever, but it's really fun. It's a super goofy, it's super campy, but I enjoy it a bunch. But yeah, I mean, it's a similar situation, right? So, You mentioned that the manga that the sadness is influenced by, it technically is a comic book. It is just a comic, technically. I forgot the name of it. It's horrifying. That's getting a movie. Yeah, so I remember this name, of course. Crossed, yeah, the comic book Cross is Crossed, E-D at the end there. Getting a movie adaptation from the same guy that did The Sadness. Now, again, if you're like, what the fuck is all this? So, interesting little horror story here. Rob Jabbis, this guy who makes the movie The Sadness, heavily influenced by the comic book Crossed, but it is not a direct adaptation. It's just kind of, it's basically the same thing, if I'm being real. It's the same thing, but the zombies don't have crosses on their faces. The idea here is we're taking the zombie infection, the virus, and we're turning it into a thing where basically when you're infected, you can't resist your wildest urges. So it's people doing this awful, awful shit. I imagine you can, in your head, you can imagine where this might be going. And yes, that does happen in The Sadness itself, which may be too far for some people, and I'm sure it's going to go even farther in Crossed. So a movie that's probably not for everybody, for sure. But definitely a movie that I am interested in seeing where it goes, see how brutal it ends up becoming. Just because I think The Sadness is so impressive for the first half of it, until you get to the second half where shit just gets, it crosses a line, and not in an inventive way. I feel I think having Rob get another chance at it to kind of do something similar to that with a different third act, I'm excited for it. I'm actually quite excited to see something like that, because the Sadness, it's one of those movies that starts so strong. Like, it starts very strong. The opening scene of this is like the greatest Evil Dead apocalypse movie you've ever seen. Like, it is the first 45 minutes of this, I wouldn't change a goddamn thing. It's masterful is what it is. But you get into the back half of it, and I don't know, that's what kills it for me, because it's just like, it really focuses on some of the grosser things, some essay that I'm just like, again, just felt like was unnecessary, and a plot line with this doctor character who just comes out of nowhere that I didn't care about. I just was not crazy about. But The Sadness, again, it's one of those movies that I feel like is mostly fantastic until you get into some stuff that's less than desirable. But I'm excited that the same director has another shot at kind of doing a similar story again. I'm excited to see what he brings to it. Jake, what's your thoughts on Creep 2? Really like Creep 2. I think the first one's better, but I think Creep 2 has some really interesting elements that the first one doesn't have time to get into. Big thing with Creep 2 is I really love that it's kind of shows you a new side to this killer. He's open about the crazy shit that he's talking about, to this character, which feels very vulnerable. But even then, he's still luring this new character into a trap, just like in the last movie. But it's cool. He's one of those characters, the Creep, Peach Fuzz, whatever you want to call him. He goes by a different name every single time. He's one of those characters where I feel like half of what he says is a lie and the other half not so much. And that goes with like everything that comes out of the dude's mouth. We see that in the new Creep Tapes show that came out last year, in the first Creep 2. And I feel like in this movie in particular, we learn the most about him through his lies. It's one of those things where the character's saying one thing, but he means another through a lot of that. And I think if you watch it with that perspective, you can kind of be like, oh, okay, I hear you. That's interesting. That's a lie. That's not a lie. You can start to kind of differentiate a little bit. But I don't know. There's a lot of things about Creep 2 I really like. It's an even bigger deep dive into who this guy is, which I'm all about. Silver Princess throwing $5 out there. Thank you for supporting the page and reminding us that Roman is the strongest Ghostface. Fight me. Also, Sydney's daughter will be Ghostface. I'm dying on this hill. I can't argue with Roman being the strongest Ghostface. He technically did it alone, even though, I love my Angelina theories. Let me tell you, I do really like the idea that maybe Roman killed his accomplice before she even got to reveal herself. I think that's kind of dope as fuck. But Sydney's daughter being Ghostface, I don't know. I just feel like I feel like it just is going to feel like a Jill reveal all over again. It's kind of a similar relationship. The whole idea of, Jill through the first half of Scream 4, through most of Scream 4, I should say, is almost the idea there is that she's basically like she's the person that Sydney is passing the torch to. The franchise is moving on to her. She can't be Ghostface. But then she is, I just feel like it's the same twist if you have Sydney's daughter do that. also be a Ghostface after kind of getting the torch passing treatment, you know? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that's going to be, I hope that's not the case, just because I'm kind of just like, Sydney's family needs to stop betraying her. Like, damn, this girl can't catch a break, man. Crazy. But I'm really hoping it's I'm really hoping it's McKenna Grace, because I think that could be fun. That could be a fun little counter to all this. But we'll see. Maybe you're right, Silver Princess. We won't know until February of 2026. Let me tell you. But thank you for the 5, my friend. Really do appreciate your support. I noticed Fast X has unnecessary music during dialogue scenes. I love that we're just on Fast X now. That's so exciting. Dom and Letty are having an emotional moment, but there's some trap song lightly playing in the back. Score is better for emotional moments. One of my favorite parts of Fast X is when they cut to the picture of Dom, and I can't remember Michelle Rodriguez's name in the movie, but is it Letty? I think it is Letty, isn't it? Yeah. I fucking love the scene where it shows their wedding and he's in a tank top at their wedding. It's like, what do you mean? She's in this gorgeous white gown, you know, it looks like this gorgeous like wedding set in a church, and he's wearing a goddamn a white tank top, and it's like, dude, what do you mean, man? That's the funniest detail I've ever seen in a movie. Cracks me up, but I love it. Chris Nichols is saying, I love Jill. Dewey's death would have been more effective if Jill killed him in Scream 4. I mean, I don't know. I like that he sacrificed himself for our characters. I mean, I guess you could have done something like that in Scream 4. I do think, yeah, I mean, I think Jill is a little more, well, is Jill a more lethal killer than Amber? That's actually, that's one to sit upon. It's one to kind of sit and ponder. Because Amber kind of does like all the killing in Scream 5, right? You know, that's what I'm thinking about. Like, I think Jill is a more sophisticated character, but overall, if we're talking about, you know, who's more lethal, I almost feel like Amber. I almost feel like Amber is more lethal than Jill. Jill, I feel like, is kind of like straw bossing the whole Ghostface thing. You know, she's sitting back and making her little incel Charlie do all the work. She's kind of like, yes, go kill for me, and maybe we can bone. Maybe. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. But that's kind of the vibe I get from Jill, at least. I feel like Amber's she's kind of the one doing all the dirty work in 5. But I don't know. It's an interesting point, though. An interesting point nonetheless, Chris. Silver Princess is saying, okay, my theory will be this. Sydney will have 2 daughters. The eldest will be Ghostface and get away with it. Then a new one comes after her sister in the next one as a way to get back at her. That's interesting. I mean, I like the idea of, you know, a Ghostface coming back for the next movie. That could be a lot of fun. So you never know. I mean, Sydney's family has betrayed her before in the past. It could happen again. We can't rule it out. we can't rule it out at this point. I'm so happy that horror is getting some recognition this year from the Oscars. Me freaking too, movies in full. Yes, it's awesome. The Substance, man, getting 5 nominations. Nosferatu, I believe 4. And Alien Romulus, Best Practical Effects, baby. So, yeah, I mean, it's really exciting stuff because horror never gets recognized at the Oscars. A lot of good horror movies have just flown under the radar in the last 6-7 years or so, and it's ridiculous is what it is. Invisible Man, Hereditary, Midsummer, Us. I mean, so many movies with excellent performances, just nothing. not a single nod. I remember, I think it was the 2019 Oscars or 2020, whatever. They did a fucking like a dance number where the characters were dressed up like the cult members from Midsummer, and they had the red jumpsuits from Us, and I'm like, but neither of those movies got nominated. So it's like, what the fuck, the Academy? That's like spitting in the faces of us by just having a dance number instead of just nominating these movies because they're good. Crazy shit there, man. Tell you what. Shot by Shot saying, hey, Jake, last stream you mentioned that you would watch my horror short film vlog 30. Send it my way, dude. Send it my way. I'll check it out. If you send it over, I will definitely give it a watch. My email is always open. I'm always accepting emails to see new horror shorts like that all the time. So send it my way. Just KillJoyJake1 at Gmail. Send me a little something. So I try to check it often. I try. Keyword. Do my best over there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I need a nap. I need a nap. Gonna get some rest. But thank you for hanging out with me tonight. We'll have a member stream tomorrow. So if you're a member, stop on by or become a member and stop on by. And then on Friday, we're talking horror again. It's gonna be a good time. Hopefully I'll have a review of Hard Eyes for you very soon here. Would be really fun to get something early out on that, right? Wouldn't that be cool? So hopefully we'll have something on that soon. But thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. As always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out.